the Ford Show. Ford Motor Company of Australia presents the Ford Show Orchestra, led by Bob Gibson with Peggy Brooks and Neil Williams, while your master of ceremonies is Hayes Gordon.
In response to many requests from our listening audience, our guest star of the Ford Show this week will be popular young Australian folk singer Lionel Long. And now, this is your host, Hayes Gordon, signing on with an appropriate little tune, Gee, but it's good to be here. Gee, but it's good to be here. Frankly, I feel right at home. This is the champagne with all the fizz. Here is where the excitement is. Gee, but it's good to be here. I really feel in rare form. There's nothing like this, not anywhere. There's a magic that's in the air. I'm so ecstatic, I could yell, I could howl it out. To be emphatic, I could shout, 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 shout it out. Gee, but it's good to be here. Wouldn't miss this for the world. It's my considered opinion that the place to be is the place I'm at, and I couldn't be more sincere. Gee, but it's good to be here. This is the champagne with all the fizz. Here is where the excitement is. There's nothing like this, not anywhere. There's a magic that's in the air. I'm so ecstatic, I could yell, I could howl it out. To be emphatic, I could shout, 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 shout it out. It's my considered opinion that the place to be is the place I'm at, and I couldn't be more sincere. Gee, but it's good to be great, to be swell, to be. Gee, but it's good to be here.
Whichever car you select,
there's no better buy than the Ford Prefect. It has that big car style, it wins by a mile. It has a top performance that makes any driver smile.
It handles just like a dream.
the ride is so supreme.
It's a wonderful car, a real economy star. It's finer by far, Ford Prefect.
That's right. There's no better buy than a Prefect or Anglia. Big car style and comfort, big car performance, but with true family car economy, 40 miles per gallon, lowest maintenance costs. Easier to handle, easier to buy, too, a Prefect or Anglia. Deposit won't worry you, for the trade-in value of your present car will be high indeed. And the terms will also please you. So it's not only better features and running economy that make Prefect or Anglia a better buy. As your Ford Prefect or Anglia dealer will show you, purchase arrangements, too, will be all in your favor.
In acknowledgement of the increasing popularity of music on the Italian manner, here is Peggy Brooks to sing a favorite of the recent hit parade, More Than Ever.
To know you is to love you more as each day goes. Only my heart knows just how I care. No words could ever tell you how much I need you now and for always. my life to share. More than ever, every day, I will love you more than ever, come what may. When the day breaks, I'll be there, walking beside you. When the moon wakes in my dreams, I'll hold you near. More than ever than before. We have found love, only true love evermore. From this moment to forever, close together we will stay. For I love you more than ever, every day. From this moment to forever, close together we will stay. For I love you more than ever, every
From the pen of master writer Jerome Kern comes a lovely old ballad made famous by Fred Astaire as a serenade to Ginger Rogers in the film Swing Time. Bob Gibson and the Four-Toe Orchestra present a special arrangement by Jack Grimsley of The Way You Look Tonight. As guest star in this week's Ford Show, we're happy to welcome a return visit by that popular troubadour, the modern folk singer, Lionel Long.
Farewell to old England forever. Farewell to my rum cows as well. Farewell to the well-known Old Bailey, where I used for to cut such a swell. Singing to-ra-lie, attity, singing to-ra-lie, to-ra-lie, attity, and we're bound for Botany Bay. There's the captain, as is our commander. There's the boatswain and all the ship's crew. There's the first and the second class passenger, knows what we poor convicts goes through. Singing to-ra-lie, attity, singing to-ra-lie, singing to-ra-lie, attity, and we're bound for Botany Bay. 'Tain't leaving old England we cares about, 'tain't 'cause we misspells what we knows, but because all we light-fingered gentry hops around with a log on our toes. Singing to-ra-lie, attity, singing to-ra-lie, to-ra-lie, attity, and we're bound for Botany Bay. Oh, had I the wings of a turtle dove, I'd soar on my pinion so high, slap bang to the arms of my Polly love, and in her sweet presence I'd die. Singing to-ra-lie, attity, singing to-ra-lie, to-ra-lie, attity, and we're bound for Botany Bay. Now all my young dukies and duchesses, take warning on what I've to say. Mind all is your own that you touches, or you'll find us in Botany Bay. Singing to-ra-lie, attity, singing to-ra-lie, to-ra-lie, attity, and we're bound for Botany Bay. Bound for Botany Bay. As a contrast, many folk songs have a distinct beat, and sometimes quite an exciting rhythm. This song, The Fox, is one of those. The fox went out on a chase one night, prayed to the moon to give him light. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town, oh, town, oh, town, oh. Many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Many a mile to go that night before he reached the town, oh. He ran till he came to a great big bin where the ducks and the geese were kept there, and said, "A couple of you gonna grease my chin before I leave this town, oh, town, oh, town, oh. Couple of you gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. Couple of you gonna grease my chin before I leave this town, oh." He grabbed the gray goose by the neck, throwed a duck across his back. It didn't mind with a quack, 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 and the legs all a-dangling down, oh, down, oh, down, oh. Didn't mind with a quack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Didn't mind with a quack, quack, and the legs all a-dangling down, oh. Oh, mother took a flopper, jumped out of the bed. Out of the window she cocked her head, crying, John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on the town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh. John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on the town. John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on the town. Oh. The fox, he came to his own den. There were the little ones, 8, 9, 10. Said, Daddy, better go back again, 'cause it must be a mighty fine town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh. Daddy, better go back again, 'cause it must be a mighty fine town. Daddy, better go back again, 'cause it must be a mighty fine town. Oh. So the fox and his wife, without any strife, cut up the goose with a carving knife. They never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Oh, bones, oh, bones, oh. Never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Oh.
And we say thank you from the Ford Show to our guest, folk singer Lionel Long. And now over to Bruce Menzies.
Your Ford dealer believes that actions speak louder than words, so he welcomes you taking the keys and thoroughly test driving whichever of the Ford-built vehicles best suits your pocket and purpose. There is no obligation on your part. In fact, the opposite applies. This Ford test drive policy makes it easier for a Ford dealer to give you a complete understanding of the better performance that comes from Ford design and features. So, a test drive will please both you and your Ford dealer. Call him tomorrow and arrange for your test drive.
This week we say au revoir with a mosaic of melodies which form the pattern of one of the most powerful of all romantic musicals. Set in a slum tenement in Charleston, South Carolina, and telling of the lives and loves of the underprivileged color folk, the theme is inspired throughout by the compassion and eternal romance that is found in all the works of its composer, George Gershwin. Here then, presented by Bob Gibson, the Ford Show Orchestra and Singers, is a brief rendezvous with Porgy and Bess. The story of Porgy and Bess is a story of tenderness and passion. Bess, wife of a man wanted for the killing of a fellow gambler, seeks refuge with a gentle, crippled Porgy. And the inevitable, unrequited love situation is described with infinite tenderness by the music and the songs of Gershwin. But Gershwin was too fine an artist to allow the tragic theme to intrude over often. Neil Williams reminds us that it ain't necessarily so.
It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, it ain't necessarily so. Little David was small, but oh my. Little David was small, but oh my. He fought big Goliath, who lay down and died. Little David was small, but oh my. Wadu, Zimbabwe, Udlanawada, Cariwa. Yeah. necessarily so. They tell all you children the devil's a hellin', but 'tain't necessarily so. Who'll get into heaven, don't snap for a 7, live clean, don't have no fault. Oh, I takes that gospel whenever it's possible, but with a grain of salt. Methuselah lived 900 years. Methuselah lived 900 years. But who calls that living when no gal'll giving to no man what's 900 years? I'm preaching this sermon to show it ain't necessarily so.
In the Porgy and Bess story, George Gershwin never expressed more feelingly the utter possessiveness of ill-starred lovers. Here is another unforgettable moment from the Ford-Show Orchestra. Bess, you is my woman now. Changes once again, and I'd like to recall one of Gershwin's most delightful tributes to the happy-go-lucky temperament of his colored characters. I got plenty of nothing. Oh, I got plenty of nothing, and nothing's plenty for me. I got the sun, I got the moon, I got the deep blue sea. The folks with plenty of plenty gotta pray all the day. Seems with plenty you sure gotta worry how to keep that devil away. Away. Now I ain't a fret about hell till the time arrives. Never worry long as I'm well. Never want to strive to be good, to be bad. What the hell, I as glad as alive. I got plenty of nothing, and nothing's plenty for me. I got my gal, got my song, that heaven all day long. No use complaining. Got my gal, got my song, got my love. In Porgy and Bess, romance alternates with pathos. But the romantic theme predominates, and here again from Peggy Brooks we hear the irresistible surge of happiness which marks every love song on the folio of George Gershwin, Summertime.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and you take the sky. But till that morning, there's a nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mammy standing
The curtain falls, the house lights dim, and the actors go their several ways. But the music and the motif live hauntingly on through the years, and we hope that you too have shared our pleasure in reliving some of the scenes from George Gershwin's immortal Porgy and Bess.
Australian folk singer Lionel Long with Peggy Brooks, Neil Williams, the Ford Show Orchestra led by Bob Gibson, and your master of ceremonies was Hayes Gordon. The Ford Show is produced and directed by Darcy Fitzgerald, Bruce Menzies speaking.
A reminder too, Bruce, to listen for the Ford Show again at the same time next week, presented over a nationwide network by Ford Motor Company of Australia. So until the same time next week, it's good night from
F-O-R-D.
And remember, wherever you go, wherever you are, watch the Fords go by!